Hey, nice balance.
It's the underground market, baby. Take a ride on my carpet, baby. Casey chain that window.
What's going on, guys? All can glide. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you guys go on over to Instagram, give me a follow over there. We're gonna get straight into this video. So riding season's getting a little bit colder out here in the valley, and I want to extend my riding season. So I partnered up with a company called Gerbing Heated Gear, and they sent me a full line of their heated gear to extend my riding season into winter. So we're gonna check some of that stuff out. We have to install their battery harness and their temperature controller to regulate the temperature throughout all of their heated gear. You can set it really hot or you can set it kind of warm. You have a lot of control over how hot or cool you want your gear. We're gonna cover the install on installing that. It basically hooks up to your battery harness, so it takes direct power off the bike, so you don't have to worry about battery packs or anything like that. It should be fairly simple to hook that up to the bike, and then we're gonna cover the gear that I have as well. So this is all the stuff from Gerbing Heated Gear. So we're gonna start actually all the way down here with this big jacket. So this reminds me a lot of what an adventure bike rider would wear. It's their EX Pro heated jacket. This is really thick. It actually has armor in the elbow pads and or in the elbows and in the shoulders. It also has armor in the back as well, right there. Now, here's what's really cool about this jacket. You can take the liner out, which has the heating element in it. This is the liner on the inside. So you could just wear the liner that has the heating element in it, or you could also throw on the outer shell, which is this really thick Gore-Tex material that's gonna keep you really nice and warm and insulated. So moving down, we have the heated insoles. So this, I think, is really sick. I feel like some people might skip over this, but these are the heated insoles, so these will plug into your pants. So moving on to the Gerbing heated pants liners. So these are fully heated. I had these on the other night along with the jacket liner. I was riding home, it was like 44 degrees out. I cranked the heat controller like all the way to the max, and I was literally sweating when I got off the bike in the garage. So big fan of this gear. I love it so far. Install was super easy. So again, I do this briefly in every video now. If you're not familiar with me or this bike, it's a 2023 Road Glide St. It was custom painted. Right now, it's pretty much bone stock, but we are starting to build on it and do some things. Just follow along. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna have to do here in order to make all this gear work is we're gonna have to put in our Gerbing heated gear battery harness. So this hooks right up to your battery, which is gonna be underneath my seat on here. Okay, so inside that package here you have your contents, which is your harness, and you're gonna have a little instruction booklet with some fuses. So your harness is gonna come with two leads, a black and a red, and that's gonna hook to your battery terminals in your bike, which on this bike is right there and right there. So pulled the seat off, pulled the tray off. You know, this is your ECM, so just kind of got to get all this stuff out of your way so you can get down there and install your harness. So now I'm going to put all this back together, and I'm going to run my lead probably over here, so that way when I plug into this, it'll be over here by my saddlebag and you can't really see it. So that's what we're going to do now. All of this took me about 10 minutes, so pretty simple. Also, I want to cover one more thing. So in here you're going to need a fuse. Now they give you a diagram that looks like this. So you're going to add up how many pieces of gear you have, and that's going to dictate what fuse you're going to need inside your harness. Okay, so now dual zone temp controller is hooked up, and if we want to test this, check it out. So the screen works and everything. So now we got to put all this back together and run all these kind of cables and tuck it in nicely. Okay, so here's how I've kind of ran it. So here's my two leads that go into my controller, and I just kind of have it zip tied right here, and I'm just going to kind of wedge it down in here in the bike, so that way I can easily adjust it on the fly. I know some people put it underneath the seat or whatever, but this is how I'm going to do it for now until I come up with something that you know, looks maybe a little bit better or whatever. But I think this works out really good, to be honest with you. You really can't see it, and it's right here if I want to adjust my temperature on the fly. All right, so this is the jacket liner. So I think I'm going to wear this with my vest. So, okay, so right in here on this jacket liner, there's a little zipper, and in there you have a couple plugs for your gloves. I do not like bulky gloves, so I opted to not try out their gloves. I just know I'm not gonna like them. I like very thin gloves, and even though my hands are gonna be cold, I like to have dexterity in my fingers. So the really big gauntlet style, winter style gloves, I don't enjoy riding in them, and I'm not very comfortable in it either. So super nice and fitted. It fits me great. This is a medium, by the way. And then you also have a plug in here. So right in here, here's your plug, right? So this goes into your temperature controller, right? And then you can regulate how hot or how cool you want your jacket. So with my first manufacturing custom vest on and my Gerbing heated gear underneath, I do have long johns on underneath, but I don't have the heated pants on. It's not super cold out and it's had a chance to warm up, so I think I'll be okay with just the jacket liner, but I do have the heated pants. So we're gonna try it just like this. If I get super cold, I'm gonna pull over and put the heated pants on. Oh man, that's awesome. You can feel it immediately. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so I turned it back down to level 4. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off all the way. I'm gonna pull this out. Oh, that's awesome. I'm really, oh man.
God, you got me, dude. You got me, dude. Same truck and everything, man. God bless. On them brakes, baby. Woo! Let's go! Alright, well, so far, I got it on level 7 right now. And it is nice and toasty warm. I'm thinking about putting the pants liners on now because my legs are starting to get cold. But man, this gear is so nice. Oh. I'm really excited about this, honestly. Loving it. My arms are nice and warm, my back and chest are really nice and warm. And my first manufacturing vest is keeping all that heat in. Oh yeah. This is awesome. I get cold very easily, so being warm is a massive plus for me. I have to be warm, so yeah, loving it. What a nice piece of gear. So this guy up here, funny story about this guy, pretty cool story by the way. So this guy, he's like 65 years old, and I know him. He has a restored truck, and we talk truck stuff, but he's always wanted to get into motorcycles and Harley-Davidsons and start riding, and he just never really had. And then all of a sudden one day, this guy shows up on a motorcycle, like just, you know, went out, bought a motorcycle, started riding, taught himself at 65 years old. And like, he bought a twin cam street glide, but it's an ultra. So I mean, he's got the touring pack, it's loaded. Like, the guy started on a Cadillac. Let's see. Good for him. So that, yeah, that's crazy. Like, okay, well, yeah, all right. He's still new. He's still learning. It's a lot of weight to stop. But yeah, good for him. All right, so we got a cup of coffee and we're back on the bike now, riding around. I head back through Red Rock with my boy Leonard, put some more miles on, try out this Gerbing. I gotta say, man, this is really nice. I gotta say, I'm really happy that I have this heated gear now. I mean, this is super nice. I love being this warm. Install was very easy, and all the gear so far looks incredible, very nicely made. I am incredibly happy with this. Oh, I left my traction control on, that's why. I'm like, why did I lose power? It's the only thing. The only thing I do regret about buying this bike is, in hindsight, I wish I was able to get a bike without RDRS. That is the only thing that I kind of am not the biggest fan of. But I guess to play devil's advocate, I will say I have used the rain mode a few times for some pretty big rainstorms, and it works really well. So I got my controller down here, and I'm actually going to turn this down just a little bit to level 6 because I'm actually getting pretty hot. That's just crazy to me that we're in the middle of winter, I'm riding around, and I'm actually getting hot with this gear on. So we're gonna go do the scenic loop. It's one of the best places to work on curving, in my opinion, curving at some decent speed. There's a track day coming up here in town, and there's gonna be some people there. I know who's gonna be there, I can't say anything about it, but there's a local guy here that is really talking big game that he's gonna outride me at this track day, and he is a very good rider. I will say that. Very skilled, competent rider, but I do believe I'm faster than him, so I want to get a little bit more practice in and get a little more comfortable on this bike before that track day comes, because we're gonna be riding for bragging rights. Making a little stop here. Got the Gerbing heated gear on, so I got the jacket liner on right now. It's about 50-ish degrees out, maybe 55, and this is the only thing I have on. It's keeping me nice and warm. So I do have in here, I have the pants just in case it gets a little bit cold or this day gets a little bit long. Just in case it gets cold or I end up being out a lot longer than I thought, I got the pants. Custom Dynamics Pro Beams, man, they look nice.
It's the underground market, baby. Take a ride on my carpet, baby. Daisy chain that window pane. I'ma show you my sparkles, baby. It's the underground market.